you through it then. So, starting at the front of the field, Charlie France and Adam Asghar, nice, quiet racers. We'll see them through, but I think the conditions are going to conspire against them in this one. They've got the likes of George Glossop and Tyler Shanks right behind there on row 2, looking to step through. Oliver Sanderson and Ardit Roy Chowdhury go from row number 3. It's then Harry Woods and Jack Gibbons on row 4. Oliver Renshaw and Benjamin Kent on row 5. Harry Berry Whiting and Andrei Vasikov go from row 6. Libby Venus and Thomas Payne go from row 7. Harry Horn and Atty Cooper go from row 8. Bobby Peters and Jasper Newell, they start in the 9th row of the grid. Then starting towards the back of the field, Savannah Shelvin and James Binley. Binley unfortunately disqualified from qualifying earlier on. Rian Roy Chowdhury completes the 21-strong field. The crowd, I cursed us. First commentary curse of the day was driving in thinking, oh, we should be able to park down in the main paddock today, unlike when I'm here for British Champs. We're not ascending the mountain. Oh, we are ascending the mountain. It is a very, very busy paddock here today for Club 100 Cadets and Juniors. There was a spinner there, was I not mistaken, or at least someone who's come to a stop. It is the number 54 of George Glossop, who's meant to be starting this race third. Now, if this is a technical issue, I don't think we'll start the race here. George will be given chance to get back in. Yeah, so we're going to go around again for another formation lap. But yes, I was thinking, yeah, we'll be down, living the high life, parking in the main paddock. Oh no, there's a lot of people here today, and we should have got up another half an hour earlier and not spent so much time eating breakfast in the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a worthwhile breakfast. But yeah, it's great to see so many people here in support of all these young drivers, as you mentioned, with the crowd here. As you say, good crowd. Thank you to everyone who is showing support, to everyone who is braving the conditions today and standing on the sidelines. It is very much appreciated and does not go unnoticed.
Indeed. So, again, I think all of our key runners at the very sharp end of the championship have made it through. All of our top 5 have. Charlie France, though, is 6th in the title race. So, we'll be looking to continue a run. And at the moment, Charlie France has not missed a pre-A final so far this season. So the driver of the number 15 will be looking to continue that run. The gestures from the track official there wasn't him practicing like swimming strokes. That was him just telling the field to separate out, because I think we're still due to see the number 54 of George Glossop. There'll probably have been a kart change for George, and George will be out there somewhere just waiting to come round, unless my eyes are being rubbish again and I can't see him there in 3rd place. No, there is a slot spare 3rd on the grid, unless we are... Oh no! Oh, the pole sitter's gone round on the formation lap, so we're going to go round again. Good call there from the race officials, because that would have caused absolute chaos. Oh, I tell you what, Charlie France, you are one lucky driver. The number 54 has now returned to 3rd place on the grid. But Charlie France just got on the loud pedal a little bit too early there and went round, but will be saved by the chevron flag.
Well, indeed, I think we're learning here that if you're at the front end of the pack and you're in Sector 3, don't be on camera.
No.
Doesn't end well.
So the drivers go along the back straight. Charlie France will look to return back to the front of the field. He's going to have to do it pretty quickly. Just see Charlie making his way through. So we'll go for take 2 on that one.
Yep.
It's all right, Charlie. Nobody spotted that one. Adam Asghar alongside on that front row. Adam's had a thorough season. Has been in this position before of trying to go through from a pre-B final to a pre-A final. So knows he can race through. Should be another good one, Reeve.
It should indeed. Our cadets always deliver us some fantastic racing action as we head round the final couple of corners once more. Nice controlled formation lap. We head round and into the tram lines once again. Adam Asghar, Charlie France on your front row of the grid, as we are indeed good to go racing. We do have a couple of spins, but we are starting it this time around. Formation was a little bit odd, shall we say. We'll leave it there, but here we go. Few cars heading into turn one. We are 3 wide there. That is George Glossop, who had a few issues on the formation lap in the midst of some battling. 3 wide as we head into the next couple of corners there. We can see George Glossop on the inside. On the outside is Tyler Shanks, who does very well to keep the nose clean, ends up on the way through. George Glossop, your first driver then to pick up a braking formation penalty on our racing this afternoon. That's the number 19 spun around of Oliver Sanderson there. Not an ideal start to the race, but everyone else making it through.
Yeah, Harry Horn was the spinner at the last corner on the formation lap in the number 57. Oh no, second place is gone. Oh, Adam Asgar's gone, and others are spinning in sympathy for Adam Asgar. Oh. That is the hopes of a Pre-A final gone.
That is for so many drivers. What is happening at the start of this race? I can only imagine how testing conditions are out there at this point in time. We head around the chicane once more, just hoping that everyone can keep pointing in the right direction at this point. It's very much a race of attrition. It might only be an 11-minute sprint, but you got to go in with that endurance mindset, clearly, as we're now on board with the number 31 of Ajit Roy Chowdhury here. Currently running in at 5th on the road, up 1 position from race start. Just got to keep the nose clean.
I think Ardit has got a really good chance in this race.
Yep.
We've already seen George Glossop have a braking formation penalty. Now, who's that off? Towards driver's right-hand side. Their back is to us. Is that a 70 something? Apologies, or is it a 28? Is that Oliver Renshaw who's gone right? Yeah, Ardit Roy Chowdhury is now up to 2nd place.
Wow.
So at the moment, Ardit Roy Chowdhury will go through to the Pre-A final. Charlie France has a 3.2 second lead. Ardit Roy Chowdhury in 2nd ahead of Tyler Shanks. There in the number 53. Ben Kent is next in the number 33. George Glossop there in the 54. Just to explain that penalty for folks, because it is a little bit different in Club 100 to perhaps other forms of karting. Braking formation can be a common one. The difference in Club 100 is that even after the lights go out, you have to continue your run through the tram lines, unlike owner karting, over the start line, then you can move.
Yeah.
In owner karting, you can move once the lights have gone out. But of course, they've got more cameras, they've got more CCTV things to check all of that. It's a very simple rule for Club 100. Even when the lights have gone out, you've got to keep running all the way to the start line, and the eyes overlooking will be able to see, oh, there we go, number 54 was moved out of the tram lines before the start line. That's why it's a penalty in this case for George Glossop.
It is indeed. Thank you for that thorough explanation there. Yeah, it's effectively just running down the tram line. You've got to complete that tram line. And as you say, otherwise, the stewards can quite clearly see that you're not behind the person you should be. 7.5 minutes left on the clock. Charlie France, your fastest driver out there, knocked to the confidence, obviously, before we started the race, but clearly seems unfazed by that now. We're looking at the number 53 of Tyler Shanks at the moment. Looks over the shoulder. There's Benjamin Kent, hot on his heels as we head on through to the next lap.
We do indeed. Long way to go in this one. A few contact warnings coming in. James Binley's picked up one. Thomas Payne as well. Rian Roy Chowdhury. Both of the Roy Chowdhurys in this race. We do, actually, tell you what, we do need to keep an eye on Adam Asgar, because we've already seen so many thrills and spills here at Warden Law today. Adam, yes, had that spin early on in this race and fell out of 2nd place, but he's already back up to P11, and the pace looks really good for Adam in the number 17 kart. So I'm not saying he's going to go flying all the way through and back into the top 2, but at least trying to get further up the order and start in a good position for the B final. That's got to be the aim, I think, right now for Adam Asgar. And there is the number 17 just going into Senna 1. Charlie France still leading this race by 5.1 seconds from Ardit Roy Chowdhury. Ardit doing a great job at the moment, just 2 seconds ahead of Tyler Shanks, but keeping it on the road, keeping it pointing in the right direction. There's the number 46 on your screen. So that's another position gain for Adam Asgar. Adam Asgar now back into the top 10, past Jasper Newell. And next up the road will be Harry Berry Whiting in the number 10.
6 minutes left on the clock then. Charlie France just posting a new fastest lap of this race, 1:38.4, which it feels odd to be going on, but that's a remarkable lap. But it is today here at Warden Law. 4 seconds clear, or sorry, 2 seconds clear now of anyone else, with Benjamin Kent putting in a new personal best there. That's a really nice run for Charlie France to extend his gap.
Change for third place. Benjamin Kent has got past Tyler Shanks there. Now that could be a pivotal point of this race, because now we'll start to see how much true pace Benjamin has in this race. Is it enough to try and get by Ardit Roy Chowdhury? Cadet's driving really well. Obviously, first lap, yeah, you're going to see a few spins out there, but everybody now up to speed, up to a rhythm. I'm looking out the window. I can't see any yellow flags right now, so that's a testament to these drivers, because these really are, I would say, some of the toughest conditions, because in some ways they can be quite inviting for you as a driver. It's not absolutely teeming down with rain right now, as that's the battle for second place. Well, we said, has Benjamin Kent got enough pace to challenge Ardit Roy Chowdhury? The answer is yes. They're going out wide through the back chicane. Through goes Benjamin Kent, but gets on the exit curb. Ardit Roy Chowdhury retakes second place. In comes Tyler Shanks. George Glossop there as well. Now, George Glossop will not go through to the Pre-A final if he finishes in the top 2, because he's got to take that braking formation place deduction at the end of this one. Ardit Roy Chowdhury now under a bit of pressure, and spins. That's the chance gone. They'll drop down to around 6th place, but Ardit spins out of P2. What a shame.
Yeah, terrible shame there. It's another case of ever so slightly too early on the throttle, and look at how it punishes you here. Here we see Ardit Roy Chowdhury dropping down, and Benjamin Kent says thank you very much and has a great run up into second. Now Tyler Shanks promoted up into one of the podium scoring positions. Glossop, as we mentioned already, has that penalty to carry. While all of this is going on, Charlie France controlling things nicely at the front end of the pack. This squabbling over P2 will just make it a little bit more comfortable for him in that race leading position, although I'm not going to call it yet, as we've already seen twice so far in the racing. It can quite easily go a little bit wrong, but Ardit Roy Chowdhury there, what a shame. He's been driving such a good race, such a good recovery drive up through the pack already, and now finds himself back in 6th on the road. Speaking of recovery drives, by the way, James Binley, rookie driver, currently 5th from 20th on the grid. Yeah,
that's a tremendous run for James. Not done here. Still a good amount of time on the clock. There's number 53 of Tyler Shanks, the 54 directly behind of George Glossop. Running in the Zamp race lid there. No problems though for Charlie France. Still out front in this race, 11.9 seconds at the moment. But we haven't got to the last lap at sector number 3 yet for a race leader. Let's not count our chickens too early.
It's going to be a silent final lap this time. Waiting. Now we can call it. Yep.
Benjamin Kent looking on for second place here. There is the number 75 of James Binley. So absolutely right there, Reeve. James has been racing very, very well. Has picked up a contact warning recently though, so just need to be careful that there's no further bits of contact. Nice drift out of the final corner for Ben Kent. Ben was in the A final for the first time this season in the North Championships, last time out at Rowra. Missed the first round, looking to move up from 30th place in the championship.
Here we go then, final 2 minutes of this race. Charlie France leads us by 10 seconds now. Really impressive stuff there. Still in the 140s, although the likes of Benjamin Kent, the likes of James Binley in the 139s now. So drivers are finding that pace. It's available to them on the track. It's just a case of finding it, and that is a spin.
For George Glossop. Maybe just got caught out there under braking. But George is going to drop down the order now. Was running in 4th. Still had to take that braking formation penalty from the start of the race. This will cost George some positions on the grid for later on today in the B final. Keep your messages of support coming in for the drivers out there on circuit. There is the number 49 on your screens of Bobby Peters. Bobby currently running in 21st position. Just over a minute to go on the clock. Leader just coming through Horseshoe now on our little tracker. We're going to keep the focus in the midfield though. That's where all the scraps are going on. Here's the number 57 on your screens of Harry Horns. This has been a good return from Harry, because Harry was our driver who span, unfortunately, just before the start of the race. So has effectively gone from last in this one and is now challenging Jasper Newell for 12th spot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually a couple of positions up on his starting position in this race, so can't ask for more than that. I'm sure as a driver you're sat there just mulling over, oh, what if I hadn't had that spin?
Yeah.
How could I finish in this race? But still, got to take the little victories as and when you can. 30 seconds left on the clock in this race, and this is the last lap. Charlie France looks pretty much unrivaled in this race, it must be said. Benjamin Kent runs in P2 ahead of Tyler Shanks. James Binley finds obviously a way past George Glossop, having those issues in this race late on. And here we can see Charlie France heading through into Sector 3 in just a moment. Small chicane on the back straight to negotiate. Just so you can see the trepidation he's taken into it. Goes a little bit wide and exit potentially, but seems pretty composed overall. Looking pretty comfortable out there. 10 seconds is his lead, actually shrinking ever so slightly. So the driver that had all of the troubles on the formation lap, looking cool, calm and composed as he navigates the final couple of corners.
Well, it's not been a race without dramas, but with 2 corners to go, I think Charlie France is going to be our first race leader of the day. To get over the line without giving us some nervy moments right at the end here at Warden Law. Out of the final corner, Charlie France will move through. Oh, thank you very much indeed. Through to the Pre-A final. And that's a big result for a driver, well up in the top 10 in the championship today. Needed that. Yes, had that drama on the formation lap, but got his head down, concentrated, and it's through. Benjamin Kent through as well. Second place in that one. It'll be Tyler Shanks who takes pole position for the Trophy B final later on today with third. Great drive from James Binley, up 16 places. Yes, not through to the big races yet, but yet is the key word there. If James can continue that kind of pace in the second round of races, I think we should see the number 75 on the grid for the A final later on today. George Glossop P5, but needs to take a penalty from earlier on in the race. Ardit Roy